Hey, Soul Tribe. Hope you guys are well in your part of the world. It is hot here today. I looked up the temperature conversion and I think it's like between 109 to 111, which in Australian terms is about 41 to 44. So it is a hot one here. So we're going to get into some of the astrology. I'm going to share some other things with you guys. And I also just put up my experience on the harmonic egg UFO-like experience. So do go check that out, especially if you have one near you. It is well worth the adventure and journey. So let's put this up. So we are talking about from the 25th, which we've just had, to the 31st. So let's get into it. We've got some pretty big shifts and things happening with astrology as well. So this one was sent to me by one of the beautiful Aboriginal elders or original elders here in Australia, Uncle Alan. He found this one, which is a little gem, and sent it to me. So save this. Everything changes January 26th. So we're on that timeline right now. So Monday, January 26th, Neptune enters Aries, beginning a rare generational cycle that lasts until 2039. So the last period this happened was in the 1860s. So this is a period of revolutions, identity awakenings, and radical shifts in belief systems. This is the end of waiting and wishing, and it's time for action. So we're being asked to trust ourselves, initiate the life that we've been sensing, and act from truth rather than from fear. So if you felt called to start over, speak up, or finally move forward. And I think this is the feeling of what we've been talking about maybe the last 4 to 6 months of just feeling like lighting a match to everything. I think it's here. So this is also your confirmation. A new era begins now. Be ready. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, but we will get deeper into the astrology. But before we do, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's purchased my Hypnotic Subliminals and done the reviews. And thank you also for like private emails, private messages, because I know not everyone wants to share on the page publicly. So I just want to say it has been one of the most amazing things to hear about the treasures and alignments and amazing shifts and changes and manifestations that you guys are making with the Hypnotic Subliminals. And as I've said before, this is something that I created because I could not find a product out there that did exactly what I want to. So as you guys have heard me say before, everything's written there, so I won't repeat myself, but I do want to play you guys. Let me just stop screen share for a moment, and I will bring this up again in another way so that you guys can actually hear it. Let me just see where, oh, here we are, my little share button. Okay, so just relax, close your eyes, and let this meditation transport you just to a place of deep, deep relaxation. This is a sample just randomly from the abundance one. So it's probably more where we're on the induction stage because it's a hypnotic subliminal. So please don't listen to this part if you are driving or operating heavy machinery, and then we'll jump into some of the other things. As though gravity is gently hugging you. And with each and every inhale, your awareness expands slightly. And with each and every exhale, your whole system melts a little more. You don't have to try to relax. Your body already understands this language. And you may notice your awareness drifting, wandering, and then returning. So that is just a tiny, tiny little sample of what you can expect. And if some of you have got really good hearing, you may have even sensed or felt or heard affirmations just underneath that little, the voice message that was also being transmitted. So this is how we reprogram the subconscious mind from a level that actually changes things. The other thing I had to share with you is there still is the discount code to save 10% on my bookings. Everything is in the description box below. And I also wanted to remind you guys, please come and check out. I'll just pop this up so you can see the video. So this is the one that I just popped up. So you'll see there's the one with Yana and myself here. There's the one with Michael and myself. And then we've got the harmonic egg experience. If you're interested in things that are otherworldly, I highly recommend watching this very quick video to check out more information. And also going on over to Solreta.com. Sorry guys, the internet's a bit glitchy with all the heat here. So yeah, you'll see everything in the description box below, as well as my incredible potions. So they are available on alchemypotions.com with the hypnotic subliminals. So let's get into talking about a crystal. So the crystal that I have for you guys today, I originally picked out rose quartz, and then I was working with a gorgeous client and we were getting things on celestial light. So I'm like, oh, I feel like I just want to marry the two together. So heart space energy mixed with the angelic realms, more kind of connection to the ethereal parts of us and higher self, as well as healing and also downloading of higher states of consciousness. So Vision Quest is the potion that I'm really feeling for this week, because I do feel it is about getting in touch with our higher self a lot more. So let me read some of the astrology that I've got written out. So with this week, we had it's a powerful transition week as well. So we're starting off more talking about the 25th. I will touch on the 26th a little, which we just had yesterday. So this is a powerful transition week where we're beginning to really anchor into our bodies on a physical level. So it's also about listening to your intuition. That's why we're talking about the crystal and the potion that we're talking about. But this is also about moving forward with courage too. So things might feel a little bit more intense at the moment, but there's also a deep sense of purpose that's unfolding as well. So with this, with the 25th, it was the cycle officially getting off the ground of what we were just reading that little pink blurb before on, and that change in the era. And with this, so it might feel a little bit like pressure, a little bit like inner conflict around the 25th. So you guys might have felt that yesterday, a bit more emotional tension, but there's also motivation and momentum. So it does feel like things are clearing out for our higher good. So with this as well, it's more kind of like us stepping up to the plate for adventure rather than retreating. Although some of us might need to retreat a little bit more before we step up to the plate. So we also will have the moon enter Taurus later that day, which will have grounded us back into the body. So you may have felt that yesterday, or even in fatigue and tiredness coming back into body. So with this, just nourishing yourself this week. And from the 26th, we experience a huge cosmic shift. So meaning that we've got that outer planet of Neptune entering Aries. So this is the beginning of a whole brand new chapter, and one that will last until 2039, as we said. So it's deep, soul level transformation. We have Neptune and Aries, which is awakening a new dream of who we are. So we begin to idealize. Do you guys see that farm fairy? There's a fly just buzzed past my head. So we begin to idealize courage, independence, leadership, fresh beginnings. There is kind of like a fire energy behind our intuition, perhaps getting us to take action or to say the crazy thing. So yeah, don't feel that you need to hold back. So you may feel called to step into something a little bit more bold in this week, or to follow your inner vision and really start to step into that new identity. So the hypnotic subliminals also help with that. And with this, it's also a reminder just to stay grounded, because we have Neptune that rules the subconscious, and the dreams can sometimes like blur that boundary between what's real, what's a dream, or even parallel realities if we're getting into the deeper end of the pool. So the moon also will remain in Taurus, helping us to stay steady while the collective energy shifts, thank God. And on the 27th, we will have more intensity come back up again when we have Mars align with Pluto, creating one of the most powerful energetic days this week. So you might feel more of a stronger inner drive to take action, to change something, to finally move forward. This can also feel a little bit volatile, but a little bit empowering at the same time. We just have to make sure that we're consciously processing emotions. Don't let old patterns and things play out, or let our unconscious sort of rule the roost with this. So yeah, this is just about more releasing of stuff when you realize things are coming up. It's more about transformation, rebuilding energy as well. It's also about really choosing things. So get a good sense of what is a yes in your body, get a good sense of what is a no or a hell no, as we talk about. And later that day, we have the moon enter Gemini, which will shift the mood. It will tap us deeper into communication, curiosity, movement. So talking about things can also be deeply, deeply healing in this week. So have a look at like what you want to talk about, but don't get trapped in victimization or old patterns and cycles of things that we might have also, noticed as a little bit of a pattern. So as that day unfolds, on the 28th, the energy will soften a little bit more. So there is a little bit of respite at the end of this. So this will be, there may even be a few delays, a few misunderstandings as well. So yeah, I would just keep that sense of intuition on alert. But it's not like a high alert, but it's just kind of like, oh, I felt like that I should have left 10 minutes earlier, to avoid traffic type situation. So with this as well, it's just all about slowing down. So not trying to rush or maybe plan a little bit earlier. So we have more healing energy, healing conversations that come up with this. We also will have, with that Gemini moon, we'll have the sun also in harmony with Mercury and Venus, and the sun aligned with Vesta, which will help us to sharpen our focus and know like what's our stuff, what belongs to someone else in terms of energy. And on the 29th, the moon becomes void in the afternoon. This is gentle pause, and this will help us to rest, to integrate, to not force decisions. Later, the moon will enter Cancer, inviting emotional safety, nourishment, and softness. And on the 31st, the moon prepares us to shift into Leo, which is reigniting confidence, creativity, self-expression, and it's reminded of who we are, but not from the ego sense, more from like that spirit or that essence sense. So this week is more about alignment. It's also about purging, releasing the old, choosing who it is that we are to go forth from here. And this is also a big part of the hypnotic subliminals and getting them out at the point of time that I did as well. Because a lot of this year, we're going to be identity shifting with a 1 year that we're in numerology-wise. So yeah, definitely stay grounded, but connect to that more kind of fiery intuition essence of you. And let me just pop this down and we will have a look into some cards. All right, so I'm just getting guided to look into the Mythios deck first. And I'm just keeping an eye on the time because I do have to go to, actually, it's crazy hot as it is here. I actually booked a sauna days and days ago. So looking forward to sweating out some of those nasty sprays that get peppered all through the sky here in Melbourne. Infrared saunas are incredible for that. And then I will be doing some yoga. All right, so this week, we have, and I'm just getting encouraged to flip these over. We've got 5 cards. This is from the Mythios deck. And we have 3 of Cups, Abundance, the Star card, the Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, and 2 of Wands. Interesting. We do see this is more about us tapping into our essence, tapping into that combination between the mental mind, the intuition, as we were talking about before. So 3 of Cups, you guys will hear me talk about this being the witches reuniting, but it is that one of the mind and the heart working in synchronicity or heart coherence. We have this beautiful Aquarian card of the Star, but this is also about channeling information in from our higher self and about pouring that onto the earth and into our realm. We also see the Knight of Wands helping us move forward with inspired action around this. And the Page of Swords, we're starting to speak from a place of authenticity, starting to speak about what it is that we create. Watch your words and don't say things that you don't want to have happen or come into being, because we have a lot of creative potential with 2 of Wands. So 2 of Wands is like assessing the land or the plot and looking at what it is that you want to build. So we've got this sort of sparkle light energy that's like really, it's like the kindling for the fire of what it is that we want to create. So what I also will talk about with this card, the Knight of Wands, you guys will hear me call it the Tony Robbins card, because that's the way that Spirit has nicknamed it. So with this, it's also about letting go of the old parts of you that no longer resonate. So this is what you guys are doing with the hypnotic subliminals as well, which is amazing because we're doing it at a subconscious level, which is where 95% of our programs are contained. So we're operating mainly from that subconscious. So that's where we need to get in, override, delete things from the subconscious that we no longer need to have, and reprogram things for a much better experience. So I'm just getting guided to look into the Alice in Wonderland deck to have a look. Oh, Wheel of Fortune just jumped out from another deck. So we're going through a period of destiny alignment. Let's have a look for some advice from Spirit for this week from the Alice in Wonderland deck. Okay, there's a bit of a feeling of weightlessness and a period to actually make contact in the dream realms. And what I mean by that is making time to contact your higher self, making time to really feel into this other part of who we are. So not the conscious part, not the waking part, but the part of us that we can connect with in deep meditation or sound baths, anything that sort of taps you into that greater experience of what it is to be spirit infused in a physical body. We need to kind of relax the physical body so we can get and bring through these messages from spirit. So the cards that we have, we've got the Hermit card, the Three of Swords, the Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Wands. So quite powerful message. So with this Hermit energy, it's about going within to tap into your magic, your Virgo energy. And with the Hermit too, he often is quite good at things. He's mastered so much, but he doesn't see his own amazingness or his own kind of like magic, for lack of a better term. So with the Hermit, this is about stop second guessing yourself, stop being over analytical, over critiquing, because what we're seeing that it's around is perhaps this Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords, this is also, sometimes dwelling on past hurts, past pain, past things that we've said, past things that are said to us. That's what we're purging out. And with this as well, we then have the Sun and the Queen of Swords. So the Sun's going to shine light. And look at Alice telling off the Queen. So there's a little bit of that fire energy that we were talking about. And I think the week was ending maybe with a bit of a Leo moon too. And this is heading towards that end of week energy. So with the Sun, it's more about embracing cycles and things. And in the Thoth deck, you actually see the astrological glyphs. So it is about cycles and timing. It's also about tapping us into that inner child, the part of us that's just allowed to roam free, to experience magic, to dance, and to do all of those fun, creative, careless things. So tap into that, and Queen of Swords really have a clear communication around that with yourself. So I do feel we're meditating, we're writing the things down, we're making the list of what it is that we want to let go of and leave as we're about to head into Chinese New Year as well. And we also had King of Wands. So this is also looking at where we would like to pivot, or what can we do to take action around this as well. And we will get a Star Tarot message from our guides is what I'm hearing with this Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely things to release. And interesting because we have a Two of Disc in reverse. So as we were saying before, this is the one that Spirit gives me around things happening in the deeper subconscious. And then with the Two of Disc, something's asking us to stand still, to kind of go within. The Two of Disc is Capricorn and Jupiter expansion energy. So think about it more in terms of like contraction and going within. Really looking at like, what is it that I need to kind of scrub clean or like get to the bottom of? Remember, we're talking about guides with this. So there's certain things that you guys might be, the word Spirit gives me is suffering through. I would say it could be different word for each of you, but for some, we've got a sense of suffering with the Nine of Swords, which is a card of cruelty. It's Mercury, kind of dark night of the soul energy. That sometimes is like what we're just thinking about when we're trying not to think about anything. It's, things that are kind of haunting us in a way. And we've got the Prince of Wands. So there's something about like recorrecting or seeing things from a different vantage point. So perhaps things happened one way and it's caused an engram, or it's caused this way of how we've created an identity or a false sense of self. Spirit keeps giving me the word character. So what is it that you formed your character around in the past that we need to heal with? We need to release that version, and we need to move forward to a phoenix rising from the ashes energy. And this beautiful unicorn, this magical guardian creature, and we've got the Leo lion energy, and we've got Prince of Swords. So there's definitely new things that we need to program in and become a master of. So we have the Magician. So this is also talking about magnetizing things to us. We've also got the Hermit again too. So I would even make a list of the things, the qualities, the traits that you guys are really good at, what you feel that you've sort of got down pat a little bit more. Have a look at like what it is that you maybe want to release, whether it's, shyness, or whether it's sort of like being overly apologetic. Just think about it. Could be anything, or it could be that you say no to things out of fear or anxiety when maybe it is that you should be saying yes, so that you get some new experiences, some new things come your way. So let me just see if there's any other advice. Just checking how we're going for time. Okay, any other advice that Spirit would like to give us this week? We've got the Son of Wands again. Is this like the third time? Oh my gosh, Ace of Wands. It's either the second or third time. And we've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Father of Pentacles. We've also got the World card. For some of you, there's a sense or a feeling of, I tried this in the past, but it didn't really work. And it's almost like we're stuck in this plateau, or kind of like a dwelling experience. There's also a sensation and a feeling that's coming through around this sense of, if we don't do it, there might be a sense of regret. So you're getting guided, you're getting downloads, like whispering from your own intuition, whispering from God around something that you need to purge, or something that you need to break free from. This is disappointment. It's also sometimes grief type energy with the Five of Cups. Can also represent sometimes things going on with the lymphatic system, detox, heavier emotions that impact upon the body as well. And we also have Father of Pentacles and the World card. So we need to do something on a physical level to shift out of this cycle. So write down what it is that you can do on a physical level to close out from that old version into the new version. Everything that we've talked about today in terms of hypnotic subliminals is in the description box below. And in terms of if you need a bit more assistance in a reading, I am here. And the card that we've got out of the Syrian star cards that I have is Spiritual Awakening. Ask and allow everything to unfold for your highest possible good. And this is super important, that we ask for it to unfold for our best and highest good as well. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.